everybody, and welcome to Mallett Live. I'm not sure why my slides have skipped like that, but don't worry, we'll get there soon. Just stick with me and we can get through this together. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a great week. Just one more day until Friday. I know I'm ready. As much as I love being here, I do enjoy the weekend just as much, if not a little bit more, but don't tell Mr. Lee that. Anywho, let's get right into this. Today we're going to be talking about the Mallett Method, and we're going to break down the materials used in the process. We have a couple cool things going on today. Few cool things to show you guys. I'm super excited. Hope you are too. Let's get into it. First and foremost, as always, $500 off your Mallett Building if you are a healthcare worker, first responder, military personnel, or educator and or teacher, because we think what you do is amazing and we want to make sure to give you something back just to say thank you for what you do for our community. Here at Mallett, we are very community centered, and what you do definitely impacts our community way more than what we do, so this is our little way of saying thank you. Moving along to Tiger Cash, get $1,000 off your elite or signature building when you comment cash on a live video just like this. Now, keep in mind, this does not apply to promotional pricing or specials. So only our standard price buildings, but trust me, they're worth it, but you should check out those specials. And speaking of, we'll get there soon. Where's Mallett this week? We are in 97 different color-coded locations from Texas to Mississippi, and we have everything from gutters, forms, concrete, buildings to be delivered, inspections, buildings in construction, plumbing going on for those barn door conversions, finishes, control joints, and buildings that are on the ground waiting to be constructed. Again, 97 jobs, and we've actually added a few more since I made this, so the number is increasing always. So in Louisiana, as you can see, we are all over the place, through the forest, over the river, through the woods, as they say. From east to west, we cover the whole state on the bottom portion of the Louisiana property, and we're happy to do so. Mallett Buildings going up everywhere from Florine, Carencro, Oakdale, here in Iowa, Louisiana, multiple in Lafayette, Hackberry, Doosan. You get the point. The list literally goes on and on, so much so we're going to jump over to Texas on this other portion. Look at this. East Texas is being filled with Mallett Buildings. We love to see it everywhere from San Leon to Waller, another San Leon, Beaumont, Lake Jackson, Port Neches, New Waverly. You get the point. Mallett is making sure we are all over the place, and we are doing the Mallett quality every step of the way. So speaking of those November specials and promotions, come on this side like we normally do. We have this beautiful Mallett Classic building for $33,999, you guys. I'm just going to quickly run through. We, of course, as usual, have the 26 gauge metal standard, 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2x12 headers, and 2x8 scissor trusses, which are rated for 170 mile-an-hour winds. The roof goes, everything underneath it is destroyed as well, so here at Mallett, we've made sure to give it our absolute best to make sure it can withstand the storm and all that comes with it. We're proud of that. And to continue that, we have third-party inspected trusses. All of our wood and trusses are third-party inspected. Earlier this week, you saw a video of our truss inspector who came and inspected our plant, made sure the processes were up to code, made sure the wood is what we say it is, and he confirmed we buy some of the best dang wood there is. So that's what you get here at Mallett. You also get the Mallett cable lock system. We're going to talk about that more later. I brought pictures. So you're going to have concrete under every post, 4-inch, 4,000 PSI. Concrete is going to be used for your slab. Skirt board guards on the ground to help for ground protection, a 4-year workmanship warranty. As we mentioned, number one, MCA ground treated kiln dried lumber, and an in-house engineering team which designs, and the trusses are verified internally as well. This is going to be a 30x30x12 building with a 30x20 gable extension. Again, great for when the holidays are coming up, the activities that happen coming up, all that good stuff, and it's gumbo weather, you guys. How great would a gable extension be to hang outside and enjoy this moderately cool weather, because moderately cool is way better than freezing cold. I don't like the cold. I have a jacket every day. That's just me. But again, 30x30x12 with a 30x20 gable extension only for $33,999. Moving right along, same specs. It's just going to be for $44,999. You're going to get a 30x50x12 with a 30x24 gable extension. A little bit bigger. This is probably going to be for 2 cars a truck and a small vehicle, or bigger gatherings, you got 4 extra feet here. And of course, the big top tier of this month's specials, the classic at $69,999. It's a 40 by 60 by 12. Big building, big savings. 40 by 30 gable, guys, that's huge. You could fit a lot under there. You could have the family, you could have multiple vehicles, you could enclose it and do really whatever you want with it. That's a lot of space right there. Let's see. I think that's 120 square feet. Math was not my best in school, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 120 square foot just of a gable space. So how cool is that? And of course, the new introduction into the lineup, we have the Rival Series. Now, as always, I want to stress, this is not all the bells and whistles of a normal Mallett building, but what it is a heck of a deal. So you may not get all the wonderful extra things that a Mallett building has, but Mallett's going to build it for you. So it's not a Mallett building, but it's Mallett built. And what comes with that is an amazing price with an amazing crew of builders who are going to put 27 years of experience behind your build to make sure what you are getting is the best possible build at this price point. And this is going to be a 30 by 30 by 12 for $18,999. That's the price of a car, you guys. That's an affordable car at that. It's hard to find a good car for $18,999, but you can find a good building for $18,999 here at Mallett. And moving along to a 30 by 50 by 12 is the next in our Rival Series for $27,999. Get into a little bit nicer of a car, a little bit bigger of a building. You could actually put the car in this building, but I'm not going to tell you how to use your building. But again, we're going to build this out for you. You're not going to get all the bells and whistles of a Mallett building. So what you're not going to get is the cable lock system. You're not going to get the metal. You're not going to get all the things we just listed. There's a lot of that that's not going to come in this building. But again, this is for when price is the ultimate deciding factor. We still have you covered because we believe in servicing everybody. We want to make sure you can get a Mallett built building or a Mallett building. But this is going to be Mallett built for $27,999 and a 30 by 50 with a 12-foot pitch. And big top of the line for the Rival Series, 40 by 60 by 12 for $39,999. Now, that's a big building. That's some big savings too, because that's under 40 grand for a 40 by 60 by 12. How crazy is that? Not all the bells and whistles, but it is built by Mallett, and you can rest assured that's the best builder in the country. So, the Mallett Building Ambassador Club, I'm super excited about this, you guys. I had spent a good portion of yesterday ironing out the details with our team here, and I think we have something for you. We have a few more steps to take before we officially roll it out, but I think you're gonna really enjoy it. Ambassadors, you got some money coming your way. If you want to be involved in this, check out the description and check out the comments below. We can go ahead and link after this video how to be involved. Just message us, or if not, check those comments for how to get involved. But comment Ambassador. That's the easiest way. If you comment Ambassador, we'll go ahead and reach out to you and let you know how to be a part of our Ambassador program. Now, I can let you know, a simple step is you had to have purchased a Mallett building. I know, what a horrible entry-level way to be involved in something. You have to have a Mallett building. That's the best thing in the world, to be honest. It's the best building. But if you do own a Mallett building and you're open to people coming see it, give us a talk. Give us a talk. Put Ambassador down below, and we'll make sure to put you with the right people to get you on your way to earning some extra money just from having a Mallett building. How cool is that? So the 5 red flags, you guys, such an important thing to consider when looking for a building and builder. You're going to look at reviews on Amazon for anything you buy there. You're going to look at reviews on TVs, for cell phones, for blenders, for whatever it is you guys are buying this holiday season. You're going to look at reviews. You're going to look at things to consider before purchasing or going with these builders or the car dealership or whoever you're purchasing from. We want to consider these same things with the 5 red flags. And let's talk about those. So years in business. Check how long the business has been around. You can do so on the Secretary of State website. If they're going to offer a 10-year warranty, but it's only been around for a year, that don't make much sense to me. And maybe I don't understand warranties, but I feel like I've done a pretty good job. But I don't see how you can offer a warranty when you haven't been around that long. Nothing against the new guys. Again, I just don't see how you can offer something longer than you've been around. That's just my take on things. But here at Mallett, we've been around for 27 years. We just turned 27 not long ago. Proud to say that. So check how long at the Secretary of State just to be sure you're in good, educated, and wise hands. If you want to say it like this, we've got a little gray behind the sideburns here. That's Mallett. We're wise. We are good and wise. So licensure. Ensure the company you are considering doing business with is actually a licensed business. Do this at the Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors, LSLBC for short. Make sure the person you're working with can legally do work for you. That's as simple. You need a license to drive a car. You need a license to be a contractor. You need a license to do things like this. Make sure the person you're using is licensed and understands the laws, rules, regulations. So not only is your building built correctly, but your building stays up. Because if they catch someone not licensed building this building, chances are they're going to have you tear it down. They have to start all over with Mallett Building, so you should have just called in the first place. Contractor violations. Ensure the company you are considering doing business with is free of contractor violations. You can do this also at the Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors, the LSLBC. Guys, if they'll break the law once, they'll do it again, and you don't want to get caught 50 grand out of pocket. You don't want people just running off with your money. You don't want people promising you all this grandeur stuff and giving you the base quality that anyone could have found off the streets, because some people do that if you're lucky enough to even get a building. We've heard plenty of horror stories of people waiting 1, 2, sometimes more than 3 years for their building, and they've just lost contact with their contractor who has taken their money. They've lost contact with their money as well. It's 50 grand down the drain. That's a lot of money for me. I know that's a lot of money for most people just to have run off like that. So make sure the person you're considering is trustworthy and doesn't have violations. You can do that at the LSLBC. Reviews of the BBB in Google. I was checking yesterday. This is going from over 6 to over 650. We're getting more reviews every day, and I was grinning ear to ear reading some of these new reviews. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for those reviews, all of you who have done so. And don't just take a company at their word. We believe you see what the public has to say. Check the reviews of who you are shopping with and see how they have done on past work. We are on the Better Business Bureau, the BBB, and Google reviews. Check us out. Over 650 customers who have mentioned that and mentioned us and our quality of work. So we are A+ accredited rating as well. It's a good public standing, if I say so myself. And then visit the contractor's facility. We've posted a video on our YouTube about the truss plant tour. A very quick tour from AJ, one of our building specialists. It's an amazing tour. Fun fact, he wore some meta glasses doing that, so he was the camera. We were talking about it earlier, how cool that was. But we really want you to come check out the facility, not just because we want you to be here, of course we do, but come shake some hands, see us face to face, but see firsthand how the trusses are made. We're having the roll form plant in production every day. There is more and more being added to it. Hopefully soon we will have that completed and we'll start doing our own metal here as well. So we'll have the whole packaging under roof here at Mallett, which is phenomenal because that's pure quality control from start to finish. You think you get a good building now, just wait till we handle the metal too. But come check out the showroom, come check out the truss plant, come check out everything. We'd love to show you all that. So why Mallett? Again, we just went over this in the Rival series. We just went over what the Classic has. It's a pretty easy comparison here. The Rival series, even our Rival series is better than what most builders are doing. No shade on them, you know, their work is their work, but our work speaks for itself. And just comparing our base model to what most people consider their top of the line, it almost makes me laugh, but I'm better than that. So we're going to be professional, and we're just going to do this short comparison. But we went over this earlier, we went over this earlier. What I want to look at is some few key points of the Elite Series difference from our Classic building. So I'm actually going to touch on some things we'll talk about today. Look at this, 4-inch slab with concrete under each post. For the Classic, our Elite comes with 6-inch, 4,000 PSI microfiber reinforced slab with control joints. All that's extra on this top of the line Mallett building. So insulation package is optional on the Classic, but with the Elite, it is a full roof and wall insulation included. When Louisiana weather strikes, you have 17 different seasons in one day. You're going to want to make sure it was insulated. So ventilation is a standard ridge cap on the Classic, continuous ridge vent system on the Elite. Gutters is optional for the Classic. You can get them, but on the Elite, you get a continuous ridge vent system with gutter guards and seamless gutters. So this is just a few of the comparisons between our own buildings, going classic to elite here. And we take much pride in that because our classic building, which is our entry level, is still better than most people's buildings, and our elite blows it out the water. And these are all Mallett buildings. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. But here is the Mallett Method. We're going to break down the materials and give you guys a closer look on what we put into the buildings here at Mallett. So the Mallett cable lock system, this is probably my favorite feature. It is unique here to Mallett. Mr. Lee came up with this a long time ago, and it has saved every building that has it from hurricanes. This building I'm in now, we talk about it all the time. It is 16 storms deep, and I feel like it's going to keep going. It's pretty sturdy. I haven't felt unsafe here on the second or third floor. But I'm going to show you guys the cable lock system here. Here's a quick diagram from the design book that you get when you're here at Mallett. And look, these eye bolts I talk about, you're going to have your 3/8 inch by 6 inch lag eye bolts that go into the post and have the aircraft cable connect to this 1/8 inch cable clamps. And it's all going to tie in together, and it's going to go, as we'll see in a second, across the whole section of the building. The aircraft cable is loose laid below each concrete slab, and then it's going to be tightened, and all of this is going to end up looking like this. So this is the entire schematic of how the cable lock system is going to look under the concrete. So this is going to lay right over the moisture barrier they put underneath. Then they're going to pour concrete over all of that. So it's going to lock it into place, and the storm's going to have to take the concrete slab with it. And I don't want to test Mother Nature, but I don't see that happening anytime soon unless they whip up some crazy storms out there that we haven't seen before. Knock on wood, we don't go through that. But I talk about this often. It's linked horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. So you have locking mechanisms all around this entire building. So think of it as squares, quadrants, however you want to look at it, but all of these different things are locked together, post to post to post, post to post. You get the point. But this is all with that 1/8 inch aircraft cable, so good luck pulling that off. Aircraft cable to be connected to 6x6 treated post with a 3/8 by 6 inch, 3/8 inch by 6 inch large or lag eye screws and 1/8 inch cable clamps, and installed post to post as shown. Aircraft cable does not have to be taut. So this is going to be your schematic of how the cable lock system is broken down. I thought this was super interesting, and we even have a picture here of what a building looks like when they don't have a cable lock system and a storm comes. No, Tyler, where's the building? I'm glad you asked. We don't know. So someone assumed because there were post protectors that this was at one point a Mallett building. And I'm glad they associate us with people who use post protectors, but there's no building here. So there's no way it could be a Mallett building, and it was not. We did the research, it was not. But look here, I don't know if you can see it there clearly, but there's a huge gap. First and foremost, this is not filled in at all. There's a massive gap under the concrete. This is about an inch, inch and a half worth of concrete. This is probably about 3 to 4 inches. So look at the, I hate to say crappy work, but look at this work. This is not quality at all. As you can tell, it lifted the post through the post protectors and took the entire building with it. So some storm took this away and just left it barren. This is just a slab. This is what my house looked like with our shop after Laura as well. So I understand what this is like, and it's not fun. I'm looking back, I wish I also would have had the Mallett cable lock system. But this is just, it's even over here on the gable extension side, or probably the wing side over here. Look at the post protectors. We're going to talk about those soon as well. But it's amazing. So what would have happened if this had the Mallett cable lock system is, first off, the building would be there. But it would have had to lift this whole slab, which would have been much better than this if we poured it. No shots fired. It's just a factual statement. We take pride in our work. But I just want to show you guys the benefit of having a cable lock system by showing what one without a cable lock system looks like. Every building we've ever posted has a cable lock system, so if you want a reference of what it looks like with one, you'll never see the cable lock system because it's doing its job. So speaking of the post protectors, that's what we're talking about next. I'm going to go around the corner and grab one real fast, but this is going to be a post protector for a 6x6 post. So as I come back around here, this is what we're talking about when we say post protector. Now I'm 6 foot tall, so give or take, this is almost there. And this is what's going to wrap around your post. And you can see through right there, it's just a hollow tube. But we're going to talk about why this is so important here in a second. And I'm going to put this right here for visual effect. So why post foundations fail and how to prevent it, we'll start there first. The key issue, wood posts set directly into soil or concrete often degrade prematurely due to rot, insect, or fungal attack and chemical leaching. We kind of talked about this a little bit 2 days ago when I was mentioning why the concrete and the soil, I believe it may have been yesterday, all the microbes go and attack that wood and cause it to prematurely rot. So how decay occurs, a little science lesson here. Decay requires 3 conditions: moisture, oxygen, and a temperature between 40 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That could all happen in one day in Louisiana. Keep that in mind. But soil to wood or concrete to wood contact allows microbes or insects to feed on the wood fiber once those conditions are met. Even pressure-treated wood can be vulnerable if preservatives leach out or cracks split and expose the treated portions, so keep that in mind. Continuing on the why post foundations fail, what does that mean for a metal building? Premature post failure undermines the structural foundation of the building. This puts warranty, exposure, and customer satisfaction at risk. Of course it does. If your posts break, your posts rot, all these things, then of course you're going to be unsatisfied, and it's going to mess with your warranty because it's going to mess with your building. It's a little close to our candle right there. So, how the post protector adds value for a post frame building? Glad you asked. What it does. The post protector functions as a barrier system that prevents soil and concrete from contacting the wood post, thereby denying access to moisture and decay-causing organisms. We've explained that a little bit, but here it is in depth. It incorporates landfill liner type materials. Get this, guys, this number baffled me. Rated for up to 449 years of in-ground life in ideal conditions. Now, I don't know anybody who's 449 years old. So that tells me this post protector right here, this big thing here, is a generational thing. It's going to allow your building to be around, to be enjoyed by your kids, your grandkids, their kids, their kids. That's about 450 years worth of people, maybe more. So their kids too, just to go ahead and say it. Maybe even their kids. But post protectors are a phenomenal thing. They're going to keep your wood posts lasting longer, which helps your building stay sturdy for a longer period of time as well. So how this adds value, again, benefits to you, the customer. Maintains chemical preservative levels by preventing leaching of the treatment out of the wood. We're going to talk about the treated wood here soon as well, so stay tuned. Allows use of the standard post in the ground technique which Mallett Buildings uses while improving longevity, rather than having to switch to more expensive alternatives, which saves you, the customer, money. And we all love saving money. So speaking of saving money, comment cash on this video and you'll get $1,000 off your next Mallett building. So this all enhances the structural assurance, so you have peace of mind moving forward on your building. I think it's pretty cool. So next we're going to talk about gutter brush guards. I meant to grab this from downstairs, but we had some visitors here earlier, and I was so caught up in a phenomenal conversation that I forgot to go downstairs and grab that. So instead of making you wait, I'm just going to make you look at this picture really close, and maybe we'll post a picture later about this. But this, if you can see, is a gutter brush guard. Why gutters and their protection matter? Let's talk about that. So the key issue here, gutters are critical to directing water away from a structure's roof, siding, and foundation. When they clog, all sorts of damage can follow. Erosion, basement leaks, mold, rot. No, we don't have much basement issues here, but these are problems that can happen. So how clogs happen? Pretty simple question, but let's talk about it. Leaves, twigs, pine needles, pollen, and other debris can accumulate in gutters and downspouts. Debris builds up, prevents proper flow, water overflows, the gutter cannot do its job. So you see how things pile up here, how issues add on to each other and how problems can begin. So, potential consequences for your building. Water not properly diverted can damage building siding, trim, foundation, landscape, and even lead to structural problems. Customers investing in their new building want it to last. Gutter protection ties into that longevity. If I'm spending money on a building, even if it's $18,999 for our base Rival series or $39,999 for our Mallett Classic special this month, which you should really check out because it's a heck of a deal, I'm going to want to make sure I have what's called longevity. Longevity is, of course, a long lifespan on my building. So between the post protectors, the gutter guards, the brush guards, all of this, that's going to all help prolong the life of your building. And these are all things that come standard on a Mallett Elite building. So think about that when you're shopping around as well. So how the gutter brush adds value for post frame buildings, what it does and how it works. The gutter brush is a cylindrical brush guard that fills the gutter with bristles that allow water to flow while blocking leaves and debris. I explained this a little bit the other day and I wish I would have grabbed it, but let me just explain it very well so you can understand. It is going to be, imagine a broom, the bristles on a broom, flip that upside down and cut it to where it's all level. That essentially, that's going to be going into your gutters around your Elite Mallett building because you have that standard on the Elite, or it's that you can get it added to your Classic. So on your Mallett building, you're going to have gutters. Let's just assume that because why not? You're going to place this brush, it's a brush, a broom type material in the gutters, the gutter brush. That is going to do, as it says, it's going to guard the gutter from all that may block it. So it allows water to flow evenly. So it's going to stop the leaves, the pine needles, the pollen, all these things that could cause blockage in your gutter. It's going to prevent that from happening and allow water to flow freely, prolonging the life of your building and the things around it because you want the water to flow the right way. So no tools or fasteners are required. Many homeowners can actually install these themselves, but we install it for you here at Mallett because we don't want you to have to lift a finger more than you have to. So that's something we do. So when you get your gutters on your next Mallett building, make sure you ask about the gutter brush guards. But if it's an Elite, it comes with it, so you're already there. So what does this benefit to you? We talked about that a little bit, but give you some bold bullet points here. It reduces maintenance, hallelujah, because maintenance means work, and I don't want to work when I get off of work. So fewer cleanouts needed because debris is blocked and water flows freely. That's great. Protects the building investment, helps prevent overflow, protects foundations, siding, and the site. Just said that. So cost effective. Compared to frequent cleanings or repairs from water damage, this is a much more cost effective feature. Be sure to have the gutter brush guards. So simple and versatile. This works with a variety of gutter sizes and for different building types, residential or commercial. So it's not just limited to the building in your backyard. If your business needs these, we can put it on there as well. If you're building this for a commercial, industrial building, whatever it may be, longevity is key. Profit margins are key. Why spend money to maintenance and repair the gutters when you can just put a gutter brush with a Mallett Elite building and it'd be good to go? I know I keep stressing it, but my goodness, you guys. It comes with the building, and it helps your building last longer. You know. So lumber grading, that's where we get to bring in this cool little piece of wood right here. We'll put that here for you guys. So this is a zoomed in picture of right here, this little stamp. So what this is, we're going to explain all these different breakdowns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1 is this SPIB number right here. This stands for Southern Pine Inspection Bureau. It's the grading agency accredited by the American Lumber Standard Committee, or the ALSC. The SPIB ensures the lumber meets national standards for strength, appearance, and reliability. This means the wood was inspected and certified according to the Southern Pine grading rules. So yet another third-party inspection that happens here at Mallett. We mention this all the time because we find it important. We are not only inspected by TP, who we showed you the video of earlier. If you missed that, check out our YouTube channel, Mallett Buildings LA. We have the video there. It's a really interesting video. I had a lot of fun interviewing them. But this is going to be another inspection overview that we do, and this is from the American Lumber Standard Committee and the Southern Pine Inspection Bureau. So there's another peace of mind when working at Mallett. So number 2, we have number 1. I did that on purpose. I thought that was hilarious. Whether you're laughing at home or not, I had a good laugh. So number 2 is number 1. Not really. It's not like that. Number 1 lumber, that's going to be this part of the stamp right here. To be more zoomed in, number 1. All of our wood is going to be stamped this because all of our wood is number 1 grade lumber because we believe in the best here. And what does that mean? This, of course, is the grade of the lumber. Grades range, best to least will go typically from select structural. Number 1, number 2, number 3, utility. We are number 1. Look at all that, that's not number 1. This is what competitors tend to use. I don't know who uses this, but it's definitely not us. We're number 1. Number 1 means it's structural grade lumber, strong enough for load-bearing framing, such as trusses, posts, and beams. It allows a few tight knots, but maintains high strength and stiffness. Daryl, our engineer, talked about stiffness the other day on the roofs and how important a stout roof is. It's very informative. Please be sure to check that out if you have any questions about that, or put those questions in the comments. We'll be sure to get to them as soon as we can. But going on to number 3 is the KD19 stamp right here. We're hitting the bottom half now. So what does that mean? This stands for kiln dried to 19% moisture content or less. We mention all the time our wood is kiln dried, and this is what that means. Kiln drying stabilizes the wood, reduces shrinkage, and minimizes warping, twisting after installation. Because who wants their wood to warp and twist after installation? This makes sure it is as structurally sound and to the finished way it's going to be as possible. So this is ideal for framing and structural use where stability matters. Your building, stability matters. That's why we make sure all of our wood is kiln dried. What we also make sure is that it is heat treated. That was the HT on there. Means heat treated. The lumber has been heated to a core temperature of at least 56 degrees Celsius, and for all of us here in America, that is 133 degrees Fahrenheit. So just letting you know that. For 30 minutes, killing insects, fungi, or eggs. This is huge because I've done a lot of residential real estate, and I can't tell you how many homes I've seen that the wood they used was not heat treated. So when we're doing these inspections, we see all these boreholes from wood beetles, termites, wood-destroying insects of all kinds because this is a moist, damp environment down here in the south. Insects thrive. But this 30-minute heating process to 133 degrees Fahrenheit kills those and the fungal that can destroy it as well. This is a requirement for export compliances ISPM-15 and also improves durability in certain environments. This heat treating process is so important because, again, it helps prevent the decay of your wood, increasing the longevity of not only the wood, but your structure. So heat treating is super important. So number 5, 144, that was the number inside the oval. This is just simply a mill identification number assigned by SPIB, who we also are stamped by on the top. This identifies the specific sawmill or manufacturer that produced the board. It holds them accountable. If something goes wrong, we know where it came from. We can go to the issue at the source if there is one. It's traceable for quality control or warranty purposes. It's almost like I wrote the slides. I'm just jumping ahead on the information. But that is going to be our show for today. I thought that was hilarious. We have a fun time with these, you guys. We want to make sure you get the best quality content possible. But thank you so much for watching. If you have a suggestion for a future video or any questions about a past video, please be sure to leave it on the comments. Don't forget to like and share with a friend who's considering getting a building. You could just save their day and their wallet. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, be sure to also, again, like and follow the page for more. We are live every weekday, and we encourage you to join us and be involved. For those of you who bought a Mallett Building, thank you so much to our ambassadors. We very much appreciate you. And if you're interested in being an ambassador, leave a comment, ambassador, on this video, and we'll be sure to get you all the information as soon as possible. I'm Tyler, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Week in Review.